The new Black Wall Street. Do it right, build wealth, build life. Economic empowerment, real tips, insight. The new Black Wall Street. It's on the new Black Wall Street. Who's your host?
Hey, Grand Rising to you, billionaires. Thanks so much for joining us here today on the new Black Wall Street for the Money and Power Show. And I want to welcome you to Wall Street. I'm your host, ERGJ, your certified financial educator, CEO of ERGJ Enterprises, ERGJ Black Bazaar, international best-selling author of the book, The Black Billionaires Club. That book that I wrote, guys, is the study of Black wealth. That book is the study of the 12 richest Black people in the world today and how they built their wealth. And I just truly believe that if you want to be wealthy, that's a big if, by the way. But if you do, I recommend that you study wealthy people. Buffering. You can find that book by simply going to the website www.theblackbillionairesclub.com, www.theblackbillionairesclub.com. Pick up your copy today. It's available in ebook and also audiobook in ebook and soft copy in English, ebook and audiobook in French. You'll find it link in the description above or below. Today's episode has been brought to you by ERGJ Black Bazaar, the Afrocentric marketplace, specializing in Afrocentric home decor, personal care products, and also Black art-inspired gifts. We have a special section that we've added just for such a time as this, and that would be our personal protective equipment section, where we do have your mask available, your sanitizer available, as well as other products in our natural personal care section. Here's the deal, guys. Don't play, right? And don't delay. Here's the deal, man. What I found is that, people who live with regret are people who typically are waiting. And I just want to encourage you not to wait to get whatever it is that you need to protect yourself. Whatever that is, right? Whether it's that the food that you eat, it's stuff that you drink, whether it's a mask, whether it's hand sanitizer, and I don't even care if you don't get it from us. Get it from somewhere, but here's the deal. I know that you know what you need. I know that you know your body better than anybody else. I know that you're smart enough, that you're wise enough, right, to make a small investment to protect your health, because your health is greater than your wealth. Everybody put in the console, my health is greater than my wealth. But you can shop with us if you like. You can shop Black if you like. It's all about a choice. And you can check us out by simply going to the website, www.theblackbazaar.com, www.theblackbazaar.com. We just want you to remember this, man, that once you shop Black, you never go back. And we're providing the products and also other services available for you that you could utilize, whether it be masks, whether it be sanitizer, soap, toothpaste, whatever. For many of us, we're going to be locked in for 10 days. But guess what? You can still get stuff delivered to your door. And that's why it makes it so easy when you have something called an e-commerce business. And that's what we have here, is to be for such a time as this. I think God has called us to actually create this business. And we're able to ship all over the world. Okay. All over the world. Today's episode being sponsored by Big Sis Media Group. That's right. Big Sis Media Group, which is a full service creative design agency. And what they do at Big Sis Media, man, they're just simply there to watch over your most critical creative needs like a Big Sis would. I do a whole bunch of stuff as it relates to graphic design, web design, video production, branding strategy, audio production, photography. And so you can get the assistance that you need. Everything that you see here, guys, from our website to my store, all that stuff, it's powered by Big Sis Media. So if you need some assistance, making sure that you're relevant in 2020 and beyond, go ahead and check out the website, www.bigsismediagroup.com, www.bigsismediagroup.com. Big Sis watching over. And we appreciate you, Big Sis, for helping us to continue to bring great content to our community by sponsoring this show here today. All right, beautiful people, man. Let's see who's out here. Good. Welcome to Wall Street. Welcome to Wall Street, man. See what you guys talking about, man. Hit that like button, the share button if you care. We got economic empowerment, financial improvement, political understanding going on here on the Money and Power Show, man. That's right, man. This is a show that's going to teach you about money. This is a show that's going to recognize that there are rules to the game that run money. That's going to be politics. This is a show that understands that the cash flow is king. That's going to be economics. And money don't stop moving. The question is, why are you? The question is, why do you? Money doesn't stop moving. Why do you? I understand you got to rest and all that good stuff, but hey, you trying to catch something that's moving fast, you better move. You better get to moving. Get to stepping. Well, good morning to you, man. What's going on, Miss Jennifer Almond? Go ahead and let us know where you connected from this morning. We're just broadcasting live across Facebook and also YouTube. We had to scratch Instagram because I got a lot going on. I'm going to let you guys know what's going on because there's a lot going on and you guys can assist. Jennifer Almond in the house. Good morning to you. Miss Alexis, what's going on? Miss Alexis? At some point, you're going to respond like to my DMs where I may hit you on Instagram or I hit you in the inbox on Facebook, and I'll be like, okay, I guess she gonna ignore my messages. I don't know how long she gonna do that, but she got all this stuff, and I think you got some sanitizer you made, you got some lip gloss, and I'm trying to connect with you to help you sell some stuff, and you don't know how to respond. That's a problem. Okay, I just want to let you know. I'm gonna just tell you straight out right here on air. That's a problem. Okay, so. Get with your boy when you're ready, right? Because see, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Not when the teacher's ready, but when the student is ready. So when you're ready, okay, you just let me know. All right, how about that? What's going on, man? Good morning to you, BBC. Mr. Thomas Freeman is in the house from Louisville, Kentucky. That's right. Float like a butterfly. Sting like a bee. That's right. Muhammad Ali up in the house, man. Thanks so much from the home of Muhammad Ali, Brooklyn, New York City. Hope everything's going well in New York City. I know that's the place in the States that is impacted the most. So you make sure you stay safe. Ms. Vivian Reed, your mask is going to be on its way. Hopefully today. I'll get it out today. I am waiting. I believe I got word that my second shipment should be in. So I'll be able to satisfy a lot of the back orders today for that N95 mask. Fantastic. Louisville, Kentucky is in the house. Good morning to you, Miss Goodrich. Miss Guthridge. Miss Guthridge is in the house. Where are you connected from, Miss Guthridge? Is it St. Louis? I want to say, I don't know. I think you're Pennsylvania. I don't know, man. Just let me know where you're connected from this morning here on the Money and Power Show. Now, here's what we're going to do, guys. Of course, we're going to pay homage to our ancestors by providing you guys with some information on an African-American invention that changed the world. An African-American inventor that changed the world. Okay, so our inventor of the day, Mr. Henry Blair. Mr. Henry Blair is the second. So yesterday we learned about the first. Today we learned about the second African-American man to receive a U.S. patent in 1834. Everybody putting console 1834. That's over about 90 years ago. No, about 100 planter in 1836. He invented a cord seed planter and he invented the cotton seed planter in 1836. So two planters. All right. So in 1834, Mr. Blair, Brother Blair, invented the corn seed planter. This apparatus allowed farmers to plant their corn more than 30 times faster than manually planting by hand, which saved a tremendous amount of time and eased the burden of labor. This device also served as a tool for weed control. It served as a tool for weed control. In 1836, that's a typo. In 1836, Blair also invented the cotton planter. This device was a similar design to the corn seed planter in the way it was assembled. Both of his revolutionary inventions contributed to boosting the agriculture productivity in the South, transforming its economy. These two inventions both worked by splitting the ground with two blades similar to shovels, which were pulled along by a mule. A wheel-driven cylinder followed behind, which dropped the seed into the newly plowed ground, then covered it back with soil. Blair is the second African-American to receive a U.S. patent for his inventions. He was not an educated man, and he did not know how to read or write. During the time he filed his two patent applications, Blair had to sign them with the letter X, being that he was unable to write his name. Blair is the only inventor that received a patent from the United States Patent and Trade Office to be identified as a colored man. No other inventor has ever been identified by their race. No other inventor has ever been identified by their race. So, Brother Henry Blair, here today on the Money and Power Show, as we pay homage to our ancestors, we put some respect on your name. That's right. We put some respect on your name. Second African-American to receive U.S. patent, the corn seed planter and the cotton seed planter. And we know that today, many of us that may be in agriculture, may got a garden, or maybe trying to grow some grass or something like that, using some type of planter, right, that you push, you don't have a mule anymore. Well, that was the ingenuity, right, came from Mr. Henry Blair. That's right, came from Mr. Henry Blair, getting us some good old history here. Now, Jennifer Almanor, yesterday she did a live, and it looks like she had this author, Mr. Michael Carson, on her live. So, you know what I'm saying? I get it, right? It's like, man, if you cute, you might be able to get, you know what I'm saying, a little bit more access than us brothers who still trying to make our way. So, Jennifer, I'm gonna need you to reach out to Mr. Mike Carson and make sure you figure out a way to get him on the show. I mean, you know, he's a married man, so don't do no sweet nothing, but just say, yo, Mr. Carson, we're reading your book right now, and we would appreciate it if you come on our show because we love to hear from the author. And then just do whatever you got to do to get him to say yes. And then we'll get him on the schedule. Then we'll bring him on the Money and Power show, man. So Jennifer Almanor, that's right. If everybody's all in favor of that, say I. Yeah, I. The letter I. Put in the letter I so we can nominate Jennifer Almanor to get Mr. Michael Carson to agree to come on the Money and Power show so we can pay homage not only to our ancestors, but we can pay homage to the actual Black author who wrote this book. Yep, that's right. Everybody that's your agreement. So I nominate. If you second this motion, say aye. If you second this motion, put in the comments below aye. I just want to know. Make sure I ain't by myself here. Make sure I'm not by myself. All right. 1834, Mr. Thomas Freeman goes on. Miss Keisha Wright, 1834, Henry Blair, 1836. Right, the Platinum Seed, right? We put some, that's right, Miss Keisha Wright's in the house from Memphis. Okay, we got a second eye. So, yeah, there's no backing out of it, Jennifer. There's no back. You can't, nope, there's two. That's two. And where two or more agree, there he is in their name. That's right. Well, oh, there we go. There's three. Jennifer, no backing out. It's on you now. That's right. The whole crew, right? That's right. That's right. The whole crew. Jennifer, don't let us down. All right, do not let us down. All right, so here's the deal. Here's the deal, guys. Okay, it's getting real up in here. It's getting real. We're gonna do a little coronavirus update. Now, here in Atlanta, if you guys remember, I've had conversations about this already. But I did inform people when we went through some stuff with Wall Street that they were starting to bring down these ordinances, which we now call shelter in place. And this, I think, it started in Pennsylvania, where they said, hey, we're going to, shut down some things, right, that are not, they're considered to be non-essential businesses. And I said, well, if they started in Pennsylvania, typically what happens is the rest of the country follows whatever somebody gets started, okay? So we're going to take a look at a couple things, right? Let me go on my Facebook page because I don't know where else to find this. But I did put something on my Facebook page that I think would be, we need to read right now. Let's do that. Let's do what this looks like, what this means, right? What this means here. So give me a second, see if I can find it. Oh, yeah, it's getting good. Oh, yeah. I got a couple things I got to show y'all. Come on. That ain't it. Come on. Don't stop scrolling now. Come on. There we go. There we go. All right. Let me see if I can. I can't do nothing else with it. All right. I don't know if it's going to get no bigger. Anyway, so let me read this for you guys. So Georgia shelter-in-place executive order. Let's start there. Georgia, I know it's small. We're going to look at this. Georgia, I'm going to read it. I know you guys can't see it maybe. A little too small. But anyway, let me read it for you guys. The executive order in Georgia is going to be in other states as well if it's not already. So the order will be effective Friday, right? April 3rd at 6 p.m. So today at 6 p.m. So you got time before this thing goes into effect. And it will expire Monday, April 13th, which will be the day after Easter, I believe. Right? The day after Easter. So this coincides, right, with what Trump said. He said, hey, I want this thing to be done by Easter. So they're saying, hey, let's put this order out till Easter so maybe we can get a handle on this coronavirus. All right. So exceptions to the order include. So you must understand. I mean, because here's the deal. All of us ain't going to read. All of us don't even know. So if you could do me a favor, because here's the deal. Let me just say this. Reason why this is so important, especially if you're in Georgia, because I don't want none of my brothers and sisters to find themselves, locked up because they just didn't know. And how many guys know that what you don't know, right, what you don't know is hurting you? So just because we're ignorant of this order or just because we didn't watch TV, just because we don't listen to the radio, just because whatever, everybody putting console just because. Just because does not mean that you can't go to jail. Just because does not mean that you can't get hit with a fine. Okay? So if you, after today at 6 o'clock, if you're in Georgia, and this is going to be similar for other states as they may implement this, this is the state. This is not the county, right? This is the state. This is from the governor. So it's the whole state. It's not subject to Atlanta. It ain't got Mayor Keisha's bottom plans. Ain't got nothing to do with this. This is the state. Understand it. So it's like the whole state, right? From the country to the suburbs. Okay? This is important to understand because in other states, if you may have this law go into effect or these orders go into effect, right? Understand that it's important for us, right? Though it's important for those who know to inform those who don't know. That's the village mentality. Let me say that again for the people in the back. It's important for those who know, for those who understand, those who comprehend, to inform, to guide, and to teach those who don't know. That's the whole philosophy of being your brother's keeper, being your sister's keeper. Would you agree? Okay? Okay. All right. Now that we got that out the way. Now, why am I talking about this? Because it's the Money and Power Show. So this is the political side of the power show. Okay? Anyway. So the exceptions to this order include essential services like food buying. You go out if you need to buy some food. You can go out if you need supplies for household consumption. You can go out if you need medical supplies or treatment or engaging in outdoor exercise activity. Oh, you can go out if you want to exercise. This is cool. I didn't know that. If you need to get out and walk the dog or exercise, so that answers my question. So all these fitness people that go out and exercise, cool. If you have to travel, that's okay. All right. So I travel. I travel to go deliver food and deliver household products to people and deliver stuff. So I'm okay when I go out as long as I'm going out on purpose. Everybody put comments on purpose. Okay. All right. Now, if you're performing minimum basic operations at a business, that would be I'm in business, right? I can go out. That's my business to go out in these streets. Okay. Working in the critical infrastructure sector as a part of this order. Here's the deal. Restaurants and private social clubs will have to stop dine-in services. Takeout and curbside pickup and delivery are still options. Now, all bars, all nightclubs, all gyms, all fitness centers, all bowling alleys, let's keep going, all theaters, all live performance venues, all operators of amusement rides, all estheticians, all hair designers, all beauty shops and salons, all barber shops. I'm so glad I got my hair cut yesterday. All body art studios, that's tattoos, all cosmetology schools, all barber schools, all nail care schools, all aesthetic schools, and licensed massage therapists, right? All of them, everybody putting comments on all are ordered to stop in-person operations, and you must close to the public. All. Okay? All. Now, if you are ignorant to this executive order, if you don't know, if you have someone that just ain't listening to the news, is just, willy-nilly, and they're just going to keep doing what they've been doing because that's what they know to do, just let them know. You now know you making a choice to go out here with no purpose. You also putting yourself in position to quite possibly get yourself locked up and quite possibly get your $2,500 fine. All. Okay? So it's important that we spread the word, especially if you're in Georgia, if you got friends and family in Georgia, if you got stupid nephews and nieces, that word. Okay? God's children. We when we young, we stupid. Okay? Just please, just hit your stupid people up. Be like, listen, I care enough to just let you know, I don't know what you do. We ain't talking to forever. But just so you know, I just seen this and it's happening in Georgia. You're in Georgia, right? Just so you know, I care enough. Everybody putting console, I care enough. I care enough. Okay. I ain't in your business. I don't know what you're doing, but hey, just so you know, because I don't want you calling me talking about auntie. I'm giving you this strange call from this correctional facility because I didn't listen to your advice. And they saying if I can't come up with $2,500, which would be about $250, which I don't have, then I'm gonna have to sit in this jail until they reopen, right? Till they reopen up the courts, which could be another month. So I could be in here for 30 days just because I didn't listen. And just because nobody told me. Just because I didn't know. And now you got to make a decision. Well, I told you, and you chose not to do it, so I guess you're going to be sitting there for 30 days because you're not about to get my $250. Okay? I told you, you made an adult decision to take your ass out the house for some strange reason, and it wasn't for none of this stuff on purpose. And they got you. We told you. Don't be calling my phone after I told you, nah, that ain't gonna work. I guess you're gonna be sitting in there, because who knows when that judge is gonna come back to work. Okay? This is important. This is kind of important. Who knows when the judge when they're gonna open back up the courts to actually prosecute, actually give you a trial and give you bail and all I'm saying. Do you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? Okay. All right. I'm just saying. Ooh, Lord. Don't be that guy. Don't be that girl. All right. Another thing I want to show you guys. I guess I got to show this while I'm over here. By the way. Okay. By the way. By the way. We doing it again. Yeah, we doing it again, PayPal. Yes, we are. So today, because we got till 6 o'clock, we are going to be doing free fresh produce and dry goods again today. Now, this is going to be a little bit different. Yesterday, we had free fresh produce. Now, we're going to add some dry goods. I don't know what dry goods yet, but we'll know in about an hour or so. It's probably cereal, Nutri-Grain bars, what I remember before, some stuff like that. All right? So, you're going to be able to come out, right? Avoid the lines at Aldi and Kroger and the expenses that come with that. You can come out and get you some free food, and this for the community, those that syndicated to the local area, abroad, whatever. Now, if you're outside of this area and you just want to donate to the cause so we can, continue to provide for our community, and then we can help expand this thing, because there are farmers in every city. And if this is a model that we can adopt, then we can actually implement this model across cities, right, to be able to do the same thing. Now, of course, it takes a while to grow and all that logistics and all that stuff, but this is a start. Everybody put it on so start. It's a start. And how many guys know that every business that you see today, they started with one? Walmart started with one. Aldi started with one. Kroger started with one. ExxonMobil started with one. Every business, Home Depot started with one. Amazon started with one. Facebook started with one. Every business started with one. Every idea started with one. And some of us, we got great ideas. We ain't got started yet. So we did this yesterday. We're going to do it again today. So if you know someone that's in this area, in this city, in the surrounding cities, that would be Decatur, Georgia, Lithonia, Georgia, Ellenwood, Stone Mountain, Tucker, Forest Park, Jonesboro, Camp Creek, I don't care, Atlanta. I keep going, Covington, Conyers, I keep going. Right? You know somebody in this 30-mile area, because it's only, listen, I don't know about you, but if you're in Atlanta, you're gonna drive 30 minutes anyway. So you might well drive 30 minutes, get you some free food. Okay? And you also, obviously when you come, if you're gonna get the free food, just make a donation. Okay, just so we can keep this thing going. We got to pay for the truck. We got to pay for the gasoline. We got to get the food. We got to do the work. Okay, so that's only fair. How many guys believe that's fair? That's fair. You get $5, you get $25, $30 worth of groceries. I think that's a big deal. Yeah, I think that's a good deal. Now, obviously, there are going to be some people that come. We had a lady that came yesterday, and she's unemployed. She got 5 kids. Did we ask her for a donation? No. Here, take what you can. Feed the kids. Okay? Why? Because other people gave so that she could have some. Okay? So this is the biblical philosophy that you see in Acts. Okay? I ain't going to go there tonight because tonight we're going to have Bible study as well at 7 o'clock. For those that want to see, we're going to do that too. I mean, we got a lot of stuff going on. I'm just trying to keep y'all informed. Tonight we're going to have 7 o'clock. We're going to do Bible study from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Why? Because I realized that at 7 o'clock, a lot of people are going to be tuning in to a lot of live concerts online. And it's okay. You know, you want to worship, you want to get the melody on, all that stuff, have your wine and all that stuff. But we need to find the people who don't just want to party, who just don't want to be entertained, but they want to do what the Bible tells them to do also, which is study and meditate on the word so they can have good success. So we're going to do that tonight at 7 p.m., okay? Do that tonight at 7 p.m. So anyway, if you want to donate, I'll post. You guys come back as a cash. Let me put it up right now. I don't know. I hate doing this stuff, man. I'm just trying to get through the show. But yeah, the Cash App ERGJ Enterprise. I'll put it up. Okay, I'll put it up because some of y'all gonna be like, okay, I don't know. I want to help. Okay. I don't like doing this stuff because I'm not begging for money. I don't, okay. If you want to donate, you can do it that way. All right, let's keep going. Now, coronavirus update. So here we see the World Health Organization has said, I got time. 932,000 cases thus far, 4,600 deaths, right? So we take 764 divided by 932,166. And so we're looking at a 5%. Everybody put also 5%. It's a 5% mortality rate based upon the World Health Organization. 5%. So out of everybody that has confirmed cases, only 5% of those people have actually died thus far. Doesn't mean that more won't die. Doesn't mean that 95% live. It just means we know that 5% of them have passed away. Okay? Now, we also can look at this map and see where big impacts are taking place. United States is the biggest impact at this point with 213,000 people confirmed, 13,000 confirmed infections. Okay? But we see a lot of areas that are kind of like no orange at all. Australia, Russia, Africa spotty, South America spotty, Canada very spotty, Greenland spotty. I'm pretty sure nothing going on in Antarctica. So this is a good look at what's going on. Now here we have another independent site says 1 million have been infected. So we're gonna do the same thing based upon this 54,000. 56 have died. We'll divide it. Divided by 102,863. This is just simple math. And we see same thing, 5%. So it's a 5% mortality rate, which means that infecting it, you pretty much have a 5% chance of dying if you got it. Okay? That does not mean you have a 95% chance of recovery. It just means you got a 5% chance, because that's what the numbers tell us, a 5% chance of dying. Okay? If you got it. If you have already had it, I don't know. Okay? So that's that. Now, I will take a look here at United States, and we'll break down United States, since many of us are in the United States. United States, 245,000 infected, 6,000 deaths. So we can do the same thing, because you got to look at different things from different angles. 245, 565. Now here in the United States, we have a 2% mortality rate thus far. 2%. Out of 245,000 that have got confirmed infected, only 2% of those people have actually passed away. So, relatively speaking, although we have way more confirmed cases, relatively speaking, we are doing better as far as keeping those people alive thus far. Okay, we gotta look at things relative to the numbers. The numbers, I'm not going to say that whoever put the numbers in don't lie, but the numbers that we have, they don't lie. We can do data, we can do analysis, we can infer, we can capture, we can gather, right, information from numbers that are provided. Now, some may say, oh, those are not accurate numbers. Oh, they got so many more deaths than not reported. Oh, they just, carrying people away in FEMA camps. I don't get into all that, because that could be true. It could also not be true. This could be true. It could also not be true. But what I can do is go with the numbers that's provided and say, well, here's what the numbers say. Everybody putting down the numbers. Here's what the numbers say. Okay? That's all. I mean, what else? Here's the deal. What else could we do? Do we just go all up into Never Never Land? The Never Never Land is like all this theoretical hypothesis, conspiracy theory stuff that doesn't end. You get to no conclusion. You just wreck your brain in Never Never Land, and you never get anywhere because your mind doesn't go. They come to a stopping point. With numbers, you can stop. Okay, 2%. There we go. So in the United States, you get affected right now based upon the numbers, 2% chance of dying. Now this is different than what all these other stuff on news is saying, and what could be, what possibly, and all this fear mongering going on. Because here's the reality. Yes, there's possibility, but here's the reality. There's a difference between reality and possibility. Because also what's possible is that it remains 2%. Also what's possible is that it reduces. It goes down to 1%. That's also possible, is it not? But you never hear the flip side of possibility. You don't hear the flip side of theory. You don't hear the flip side of hypothesis. Hypothesis say, hey, here's what could happen. But also here's also what could happen. And guess what? We don't know what will happen. We can just guess based upon whatever data, based upon what has happened in the past, and that's just that. Now look at this. Let's keep going. China. I keep comparing China because China is a first world country. Spain is not a first world country. Italy is not a first world country. Germany may be. Look at Germany. Look at Germany. They got 84. Look at Germany. Germany is a first world country, I would say. Would you say? Germany, same thing. 1107 deaths out of 84,794. Look at Germany. Germany has a 1.3% mortality rate. Germany. That's another first world country with first world medicine. Right? Germany would be considered a first world country. China. Let's do the same thing. 3326 divided by 82445. I think that's right. 3326 divided by 82445. So China, let me do that one more time. 3326 divided by 82445. All right. So China, which is a first world country, which has they got 2,300 active cases left. Their mortality rate is 4%. So China, first world country, 4%. Germany, first world country, 1%. United States, first world country, 2% mortality rate. Ask yourself this. Is it more or less likely that all these balloon numbers that they keep talking about 40% of people will die, does that even make sense? There's no data to back that up. That's all hypothesis, conjecture, no truth at all. Right? And just because they put on a white coat, right, and they say they're a doctor, but here's what they're not. They're not an analyst. I'm an analyst. And analytics don't say that's even plausible. It's possible, but it's not plausible, nor is it probable. It's possible, but it's not plausible, nor is it probable, based upon our three different countries that are first world countries that none of them have a higher than a 6% none of them have a higher than a 4% mortality rate. Is that making sense? Does that make sense? This is the numbers. Right? But people who don't look at numbers, people who don't analyze numbers, they just keep going off of everything that's in the news. And I'm telling y'all, that ain't whatever they talking about, they ain't making sense. Now, if we wanted to, we say, okay, well, let's look at Italy. Okay, Italy, a third world country, that's probably the worst of the worst. Right? They had to get all the help. Even Italy, right? If we look at Italy has a 12% mortality rate. So even they just got into double digits, right? They're not approaching 20%, 30%, 40% death rate. That's not happening. Not that it won't, not that it couldn't happen, but that's not happening right now. Isn't this interesting? The numbers. Numbers don't lie, people do. Now, people who put in the numbers could lie, but the numbers themselves don't lie. All right, let's keep going. So y'all get that, right? Does that help some people understand? Now, I'm not saying that, whoever you know or you yourself or whatever, if you contracted, you could be in that 1%. I don't know. Who knows? But it's 1% tells me it's highly more likely that I'll live than die. It's more probable that I will recover than die. If that's not, see, here's the deal. Ask yourself this. Are you a person that is optimistic or pessimistic? Are you a person that's ruled your life by faith or by fear? Because if you live your life by fear, then you'll say, oh, man, 3% people die. That's high. Oh, Lord, the sky is falling. But if you're a person of faith, you say, well, yeah, 3% have died. That could be true, but 97% have recovered. I'm going to believe in recovery. I'm going to trust recovery. That's a higher percentage. I'll take those odds. Now, also, let's add this. There's some people who don't get it at all. Let's make sure we say that. There are more people who actually don't get it at all. Let that sink in for a minute. More people are actually going to not get it than get it. We start talking about let's see here in Georgia, right? Let's take a look at Georgia. How many people in Georgia? How many people in Georgia? 10 million people in Georgia, right? 10 million people in Georgia, based upon 2018 census numbers, probably in Georgia. All right, so let's take a look in Georgia. 10 million people, right? So now let's look at Georgia. Georgia. Out of 10 million people in Georgia, based upon 2018 numbers, only 5,400 people have actually confirmed to have been infected by corona. You see that? So 5,400 divided by 10 million people. That's 100,000 million. All right, 100,000, 10 million people. Now look at this. Y'all ready? That's a 0.05% chance of actually getting infected in Georgia. Let me say that again. That's a 0.05, right? Percent chance. Not a 5% chance. Not a 1% chance. That's a 0.05% chance based upon these numbers. The number infected versus the number that's actually recorded to be living in Georgia. A 0.05% chance of getting infected, and we got a shelter in place executive order. 99.95% of chance of not getting infected. But we have a shelter in place order in Georgia. Do you see what I'm talking about now? Is anybody saying, wait a second? Is anybody having these conversations saying, hey, Mr. Governor, I understand that the people are fearful. Hey, cool, you want to shut everything down, but here's what the numbers say. We got a 0.05% chance of actually catching this thing. It's only about 1% people that have actually passed away from this thing in this state, but yet we're causing everything, the whole economy shut down. I haven't seen one news article about the numbers. I ain't seen nobody break down the numbers. 0.05% of actually getting infected. But you got the whole state in disarray, in fear. That's pretty low. Thank God. Absolutely. You can say it's pretty low. Praise God. Everybody put it down, so praise God. That is pretty low. Now, this is not to make light of those who actually have caught it. They just happen to be in that 0.05%. Some people will get it. Some people will. Most people won't. Everybody put it down, so most people won't. Some people will. Most people won't. All right. Any other questions? All right, because I can keep going because I do this. I do this for fun, man. Anybody, any questions? Anybody, any state you want me to look at? Right? Anything like that? Just let me know. Coronavirus. If y'all got any, see. Hopefully, when you get this type of information, you're like, wait a second. I mean, yes, I could be in fear, but and I'm not saying it's not that bad, but I mean, look what the reality is. Most people won't. Right? Most people won't. All right, let's keep going. Y'all good? Y'all, all states clear? I mean, I can do this the whole show if y'all want. Because this is kind of what's relevant and important to people right now. But you just let me know. I can keep going. Kentucky, you want to look at Kentucky? All right, Kentucky it is. Put a state up. I don't have to. I can go over here. We're gonna talk about some things. I'll ask you guys a couple questions. Kentucky. All right, Kentucky, 700. You see that? Kentucky right here, 700. So I'll go ahead and bring it up. Kentucky stats, 770 people infected, 33 total deaths, right? Now, how many people live in Kentucky? 4.5 million people as it relates to 2018. So do the math, right? So we say, okay, 4.5 million. Only 770 people have been infected. 770 divided by 4.5 million. That's a 0.01% infection rate. Out of 4.5 million people that are actually in Kentucky, or based upon 2018 numbers, only 770 people have actually been confirmed infected, which means that's a 0.01% confirmed infection rate in Kentucky. Now, out of those 770 people, right, 31 have actually died. That's a 4% mortality rate. So 31 divided by 770. So of the people that actually got infected in Kentucky, confirmed, 31 have passed away, which represent a 4% mortality rate in Kentucky. You see how this could actually be helpful to go through the numbers? Sorry to hear that, Silky Black. Sorry to hear that, man. Definitely do send prayers or condolences to your family as you go through this time of loss. This is not to make light of anyone that has it or anyone that's passed away. But as I said, we look at numbers and say, okay, some people will get it. Unfortunately, some people pass away. And hopefully, he's I don't know if it's a he or she, but your cousin is in a much better place. Here's what I do understand from the Bible. I'm not sure if you're a biblical person. And again, it's not to make light of your feeling, because I know that loss, death or loss of life is a very is a time of grief. But it also says, man, to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. And I just got to believe that your cousin, although you miss him or her and the memories that you have shared with him or her, you'll probably go through over however long that time of grief is for you. But just know they're in a much better place. Although you can't play with them anymore, can't call them anymore. But just stand on the memories that you've had, the good times that you've had to experience the life of your cousin. And we send our condolences out to you and your family. Okay? All right? So a moment of silence for Silky Black's cousin. It's a moment of silence. All right. So Gigi sends her condolences to you, Silky Black, and pray for your family and strength during this time of loss or sorrow. Okay. Will Kennedy, yes, agree. Locking down the entire state is an overreach. However, a shelter-in-place order for certain counties to cab food is definitely needed. Fantastic. Yeah, I mean, there's obviously in the suburbs or in the country, they don't have any. They already practicing those social distancing because they live 2 miles away from each other. They ain't got no choice, right? So, but yeah, I mean, I agree with that as well. Depending on the county, depending on where we are, I don't think it breaks down by county. I don't think it does. I don't think we go that far. Oh, it does. Look at this. So let's go back to Atlanta. Oh, it breaks it down by county. Okay. Let's go back to Georgia. Anybody else? You want a state? You got a state or whatever? Just let me know. So he just brought up a good point. He said, man, maybe in now here's what's gonna find out. What's his name? Mr. Kennedy. Mr. Kennedy. So let's look at this, right? You said Fulton and DeKalb, right? So Fulton, 712 people, 22 deaths thus far. That'd be 22 divided by 712 times 100. That's a 3% mortality rate in Fulton County. Let's do the same thing for DeKalb, 396 and 6. DeKalb County, look at this. 1%, 1.5% mortality rate in DeKalb County. Now, of course, we can go and we can say, okay, how many people live in DeKalb County? How many people live in Fulton County? Fulton County, how many people? How many people live? $1 million people in Fulton County, right? 1 million people, Mr. Kennedy. So let's come back here. 1 million people in Fulton County. So 712 divided by 1 million people. That's a 0.07% infection rate. Now, that doesn't mean that we're not spreading this thing, but I'm just saying, based upon the numbers, we're not spreading this thing as quickly as the media, the news, the governor, the mayor, the president, all these other countries. We're not spreading it as fast as they say that we are. 0.07% infection rate. Now, of course, the shelter in place could help prevent from spreading it more. I agree with that. But let's understand the numbers. Is that fair? DeKalb County. I'm going to come to Chicago for you, Silky Black. DeKalb County, right? I'm in DeKalb County. And, you know, we out here in DeKalb County. We ain't got no mayor, so we just living our best life in DeKalb County. We ain't scared of nothing in DeKalb County. I don't know. I think DeKalb County is one of the most interesting places to live, by the way. So 753,000 people in DeKalb County, right? 753,000 people. We have 396 that's been confirmed infected. 396 divided by 753,000. 753. I just put 1,000. 396 divided by 753. Oh, look at that. Let me do this again. 396 divided by 753. This don't look like it, right? Did I change something? 396 divided by 753. Okay, 396 divided by 753. So this thing can't even give me no number on this. It's like a 0.0005, something like that. Okay, I can't even get the number on it. It's a 0.005%. That's it. 396 divided by 753,000. I can't even get the number. Okay, go all the way to some decimal points. They go far. Okay, all right. So let's see here. You said Chicago. You said Chicago, Michigan. All right, Chicago. All right, let me go to Chicago. Is this helping? Is this helpful to anybody? I wasn't planning to just do this, but you know, for such a time as this, sometimes you got to switch up the program. Chicago would be in Illinois. All right, so Illinois. See if I can find Illinois. And then somebody said Michigan. All right, Michigan. Let me see if I can find Illinois. Illinois. I'm from Chicago, by the way, Silky Black. That's where my family from, Chicago. And maybe I'm just passing over. Oh, here we go, Illinois. All right, you said Chicago. All right, so is there what county? It doesn't do it by state and then county. What county are we talking about, Silky Black, for Chicago? I'll do Illinois though. So how many people live in Illinois? $12.74 million. And they got 7697 divided by 12.4 million. That's a 0.004 infection rate. Now, out of the infections that have been confirmed, you got 167 divided by 7697. In Illinois, you have a 2% mortality rate. That'll be 2% of the people who actually got infected. And if you have a county, I can go to county, but it doesn't let me go by state. I mean by city. All right, yes, it is. Let's let you see what's really going on. Cook County. Okay, Cook County it is, brother. Cook County it is. So Cook County, 5575. So let's do the mortality rate. 107 divided by 5575. You have in Cook County, you have a 2% mortality rate based upon those who get infected. That's how many people live in Cook County. Cook County, this will be Illinois. 5.2 million people live in Cook County, Illinois. Okay, let's go back. 5.2 million. Keep me honest. All right, so 5575 divided by 5.2 billion. All right. So you have there's a point, not 1%. It's a 1% chance based upon the current numbers to actually get infected, to actually be infected. 1% chance based upon the numbers. Now that number can rise as more people get tested and more people confirm infection. But out of the 5.2 million people in Cook County, only not even 1%, only 0.1% have actually confirmed to be infected, which again tells us that it's more likely for you not to get infected than to get infected. That's less than 1%. That's not even 99 to 1. That's 99.9 to 0.1. Okay? All right. Hopefully, female. Okay. I'm sorry, Silky Black. That sounds like a good female name. Now you got me excited. I wonder why they call you Silky Black. All right, Michigan. All right, Michigan. Hey, laughter is good for the soul, by the way. So don't take offense, Silky Black. But laughter is good for the soul. See, if that was a brother, I was gonna think that was your hood name. That's your hood name. That's a sister. Oh Lord. Woo, Lord. All right, Michigan. Michigan, which is next to Illinois. See if we can find Michigan. Michigan. Am I missing it? The fuck is Michigan? Did I pass it? All right, let me go. Let me try it again. Michigan. Oh, right here. All right, so Michigan. Okay, they want some support. I'm gonna send them support as well. All right, so 417 people in Michigan have died out of the 10,700 that confirmed infections. So that's a 3%, almost a 4% mortality rate in Michigan. Let's find out how many people live in Michigan. $10 million people. So we'll say 10 million people live in Michigan. So we'll take 10,791, that's been infected, divided by 10 million. So again, same stat. About 0.1% of the 10 million people that live in Michigan, according to 2018 census numbers, actually are infected. 0.1%, not 1%, not 10%, 0.1% have actually confirmed to be infected by the coronavirus. All right. All right. Florida. All right. Pasco County. Florida, Pasco County. All right. Florida, Pasco County. Florida, Pasco County. Okay. Now, what I'm showing you guys It's how to search, how to seek and find. How to seek and find. That's a biblical principle. Seek and you shall find. And I want you guys to understand that what you are looking for, you actually do find. So if you've been looking for the doom and gloom, right, Mr. Will Kennedy said, you've been finding doom and gloom. But if you've been looking for truth or reality or raw data that you could then say, okay, well, let me put some thinking behind this and understanding behind it, because it says in all thy wisdom get understanding. Well, you won't understand if you just listening to what somebody else tells you. You won't understand Jack Diddley. But you do understand by experiencing something yourself. You do understand by researching something yourself. You do begin to understand what we call self-education, right? Which we have not really been taught, especially if you're here in the States. You haven't learned how to actually educate yourself. And hopefully this practice that we're doing is helping you say, man, this is simple math. It's just division based upon raw data. So in Florida, you said Pascal. What'd you say? Something P. What was the word again? You said Pasco County. Okay, let's see if we can find that. Pasco County. Pasco County. Okay, they ain't got no. Is there something else close? They only got like 8-10 counties here. I'll just do Florida. And if you see some other county here, Orange County, Palm Beach, Miami-Dade, just put that in the comments. Sarasota, I'll put that. But let's do Florida as a whole. So Florida, mortality rate in Florida, for Florida, based upon the data that we have, 144 divided by 9,008 times 100. So we have a 1.5% mortality rate. Out of the people that have been confirmed to be infected in Florida, only 1.5% of them have actually passed away. Now, how many people live in Florida? How many people live in Florida? 21.3 million people live in Florida. Oh, Lord. I don't know if this gonna give me the number. 21.3 million people. So 9,008 divided by 21.3. Oh, Lord. 21.3 million people. Yeah, it's too long. It ain't gonna even show up on the calculator. It's like 0.0004% of the people who actually live in Florida have been infected. Now, if you watch the news, right, you'll see something like, the people who went to the people who went to the beach, 10,000 got infected or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you listen to the news, they don't give you like everything. They give you the stuff that'll get you in fear. Okay. And I'm not saying that they report stuff that's wrong. I'm just saying they don't report the whole story. Do y'all realize that now? Like, they report. Now, my mom, when I was growing up, right, this is what reminds me of news today. Anybody ever been in this situation where, you were growing up and, maybe you want to go out and play, at basketball, or, we could play sideline bus, and we used to play this game called Pickle. In the comments below, tell me a game that you used to play outside when you was a kid, something that you played. Maybe it's something that you had to make up because, you didn't have a basketball court in your community, so you just got a tennis ball and you start coming up with games. How many of you guys play Foursquare, kickball, pickle? I don't know. We used to play bust them up, dodge them with acorns and stuff. I mean, we used to come up with all types of stuff, pine cones, right? In the comments below, I want you to share a game that you played or y'all came up with to play when y'all hopscotch that y'all came up to play when you were growing up. Just go outside, and that's all you had was outside. And you just have to figure out something that you're going to do to entertain yourself while you was outside. Go and put in the console a game that you played growing up, that you guys made up growing up, that y'all had fun growing up, and y'all went outside and y'all played. It's outside. I'm talking about outside. Okay? So, hey, you're actually correct, brother. They're scaring the hell out of me, but I'm staying optimistic and prayerful. Absolutely. Dodgeball. Okay, hopscotch. That's right. Hopscotch. Anybody else to see? What you got? I used to play Oh, you must be from the Midwest. GG, you from the Midwest? You said tetherball. That sounds like a Midwest game. What? A hide and seek. Y'all remember that? You got to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? Skelly, what is Skelly? I ain't never heard of Skelly. Chase, y'all used to play. Tell anybody else a game you used to play growing up. Y'all made it up. Y'all ain't had nothing. Y'all just went outside. What we gonna do? Play tag. That's right. Tag had to catch that mug, huh? Chase and tag. I think about the same thing. Another game. Anybody else? The game you played when you were growing up. Y'all made it up. Just came up with the game. Just came up with the game. So this is what we're gonna play today, guys. And we outside. That's all we got outside. But y'all used to play whatever that was that y'all came up with. Y'all played till the street lights came on. Because you know when street light came on, just like you got shelter in place. Shelter in place just means the street lights come on. Y'all get your adults. Shelter in place just means street lights came on. All right. So it reminds me of is that y'all just play street football. Look at that. Y'all ain't social distancing playing street football. They don't sound like social distancing to me. Marbles. Oh, y'all played that. That was a boring game, marbles. Okay. So what it reminds me of is when you want to go outside and play, you're young, and your mom tell you to do your chores. And you start to do your chores, but you really want to go outside, so you kind of do the chores. And then you're like, oh, I'm finished. And then you go outside. Then your mom come, or the dad, mostly the mom. Mom comes behind what you did because she done told you, go ahead and make sure you sweep the floor before you go outside. And you told mom that you was done. And then mama come in and look at that floor, and she like, you didn't get the corners. She be like, no, you just have swept the floor. Now tell me what happened after that. You done have swept the floor because you was in such a rush to go outside and play. Your mom done seen that you have swept the floor. Now you in your mind, you thinking this is good enough job. And you in your mind, you're like, I did a good enough job. This is what the news does. We did a good enough job of letting people know a little bit instead of doing a full thing. We did a good enough job. And you done went outside. In other words, they done got paid. You done went outside, you out there to play, but then you got mama. Now here's my question. Who is mama to the news stations? Because you know what happened to you? You know what happened if you have swept the floor before you went out and played hopscotch and went out played street football or went out played teleball? You have swept the floor when you know that you're supposed to do the whole floor. You're supposed to get all the corners, supposed to get all the dustpan and all that stuff, but you just swept the stuff to the side so you go out and play. Y'all remember that? We all did it. Who is mama for the news stations? Huh? Do you remember Pink and Blue tissue that gave women, all women used to our amazing went wild in the treehouse? Okay. Whooping? You got a whooping, right? You got a punishment. Something like that, right? Who is mama for the television stations? Who's their mama? They're saying, wait a second, you're not giving the whole story. You only have swept the floor. You only have covered the story. You only gave the part that would rile people up. You didn't give the part that would calm people down. Think about that for a second. You only reported the stuff that would rile people up, but you refused to report the stuff that will calm people down. That's like half sweeping the floor before you go out inside to play your favorite game. And their favorite game is getting your money. That's what their favorite game is. Our favorite game was marbles. Our favorite game was street football. Our favorite game was sideline bust. Bust them up, touch them up. Our favorite game was tag or chase. Our favorite game was marbles or hopscotch. Our favorite game was kickball or dodgeball. Their favorite game is getting your money. That's their favorite game. And unfortunately, they went outside to play without sweeping the whole floor. Everybody understand my drift? So I gotta talk in parables like Jesus did. I gotta talk in parables for people to grab it. Right? So I don't get censored up in here, because they'll shut a brother down. He starts saying stuff like real direct and true. I gotta kind of tell parables so I can keep on keeping on. You know what I mean? Yeah, y'all catch my drift. All right. Oh, I used to love Double Dutch as well. Absolutely, man. Facts. I appreciate it, guys. In the comments below, man, I'd like you to share something that you learned today. Now, we didn't really get into everything I wanted to get into today, but that's okay. Once you guys know that the stock market is recovering, I'll show you that real quick. I was planning to cover Netflix, right? I was planning to do that today, but we didn't get to it. There's also another thing I want to talk about, the America's racial gap and the crisis. Will expand the racial gap. That's, again, coming for your money. The wealthier or the richer getting richer, the poor staying poor. That's the wealth gap. That's the game. There's a lot of games, but that's one of them. Now look at this real quick. Although there's a lot of fear in the land, although there's shutdown going on, why in the world is Wall Street actually appreciating? Why are numbers going up? Why is more money coming into the market? Why, oh why would that be happening right now with cities shutting down? Does that make any sense? Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. Oh, y'all didn't see that. I'm sorry. Y'all didn't see that. I'm over here talking. I'm sorry. Let me show y'all again. So look at this. 2% up for the Dow, 2% up for NASDAQ, 2% up for S&P. That was yesterday. Why is that? Right? They got an article talking about the America's racial wealth gap being expanded, the rich getting richer, the poor staying poor. Why is that? Okay? These are things, if we understand that their game is getting your money, then we also must understand where they're playing the game. And where they play the game is Wall Street. And guess what, guys? There's one place that will not close down. That's Wall Street. The airlines, they ain't closed down yet, but they could close down. The cruise ships and the shipping business, it hasn't closed down, but they could close down. But I can guarantee you this. They not closed down Wall Street. Because Wall Street is the place where the wealth transfer takes place. That is the entity. That is that is where wealth is transferred through Wall Street. And too many of us are not in the game. Everybody put it down. So Wall Street is where wealth is transferred. I want you to understand in the United States, in this economy. Okay, now it could be different in other places. I'm not quite sure. I'm trying to learn and study all the other systems. But we're talking about, we don't fight against, right? We don't fight against flesh and blood. We fight against systems. We fight against principalities. We fight against systems. And the money system, I'm just talking about money. The money system, where they will still kill and destroy for your money. This system where wealth is transferred is Wall Street. Why am I the only one? I mean, I get it. I know I get it. I don't expect everyone to understand what I understand because I've been studying this stuff for a while, but I'm hoping to just throw some seeds out there. And that seed, as a farmer, lands on some good fertile ground of some people who are willing to think. And then they'll do something with that thought and actually take action to take control of their life and to stop letting the enemy get into their pockets. Stop letting the enemy still kill and destroy their retirement, still kill and destroy their livelihood, still kill and destroy what they've been building for themselves and their family. This is not a game, but they're playing a game. Whoever they are. That's why we can't even define who they are. That's sad. I mean, I get it. I can't really define who they are. But what I do know is they just sent $1 trillion to businesses, and they just sent $1 trillion to healthcare. And we got people in healthcare that ain't got no masks, they ain't got no gloves, but we send $1 trillion to business. That don't make no sense. Right? Now, their favorite game, no, that's not a game. So, I think you're half right here. That's not a game that they play. That is actually the tool that they use to play the money game, right? That's just a tool. That's just a tool. Fear is a tool for control. So they put out propaganda. They put out stuff in the news. They use their outlets to mess with your mind so that you won't think straight. That's just a tool. That's not their game. That's what they use as a part of their game. Their game is getting your money. That is ultimately what it is. Why do we know that? Because if you read the Bible, which is the playbook, it tells you the root of all evil, the love of money, is the root of all evil. That's greed. They want it all. All. Not some. They want it all. Woo! Unfortunately, Brother Evan, the negative news. No, it's not. It's not causing the stock market to drop. It did drop, right? So, Gigi, it did drop, but we see it's recovering. You see what I'm saying? It's not continuing to drop. It dropped, and now it's recovering. You see what I'm saying? Right? They're pushing fear in the market. CBOE, absolutely. Negative news, embellishment stories to keep people in fear and unaware. Absolutely. Learn that today to have perspective. Look at the entire picture. Numbers don't lie. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Wall Street is where wealth is transferred. Wall Street is where wealth is transferred. Wall Street is where wealth transfer takes place. All right. Hope you guys got something out of today, man. Again, for those who are in Atlanta, you're in Atlanta, we'll be doing another food giveaway, right? We're doing this is Project COVID-19 Food Provide. This is part 2. So we're going to actually be giving some food away. And we just ask that those that can make donations, those that can't, it's okay. We got to get rid of this food. What you guys understand when you start getting into business, you see that there's a lot of waste. There should be no reason why anybody is hungry. Do you know how much food is wasted? And do you know how hard it is to give food away? We literally, I'm telling you, we gave about 70% of the food away yesterday, and I got to figure out somewhere to take it today. You will be amazed how hard it is to give food away. To give it away. And we got people who are hungry. We got people who haven't eaten in days, and yet we got food. I'm talking about if y'all could just be with me one day and I can show y'all, like, God dang, what are we doing? But that's gonna be today. Heavenly Body Products, 2571 Park Central Boulevard. We're supposed to have a 12 o'clock where we do the Game of Wealth. I think I'm gonna postpone that. I think this is way more important. I got to make sure I'm available for that. So I'm gonna talk to my partner and see if we can postpone that till next week. Tonight we'll have Bible study. It's my first time doing Bible study. I think it's important that we try to provide something else for people to do other than just entertain themselves. We've been doing that too much. And here's the problem with entertainment. If we do not, what's it called? Garner ourselves as it relates to entertainment, then what's going to happen is when we come through this thing, we're so engulfed in entertainment that we're going to go right back to making all the people who didn't help us when we needed help, we're going to go right back to making them even richer. We're going to go right back to making the quarterback rich. We're going right back to making a basketball star rich. We're going to go right back to making a baseball person who can hit a home run rich. Go right back to making the people who do concerts with music rich, producers rich, and owners rich. And we're going to forget that these very same people, when I needed help the most, when my family needed help the most, when we were scared and didn't know what to do, when lives were at stake, these same people who got all the money to be able to buy all the masks and bring the masks to our healthcare providers, these same people, they weren't there when we needed them. But yet we continue to indulge ourselves in their activities. This is not making any sense. Now, I'm not saying don't participate, don't have a little fun. Okay. But my God, let's begin to understand. If this time for us does not get us to think about what we really value, and if we understand that where your treasure is, there is your heart also. If you say you value this, but you put all your money over here, then I'll tell you, you really value this. You just say you value this because you want to sound good, but the reality, the truth, the honesty of what's in your heart is you value this because that's where your treasure is. Do an analysis this weekend. Where are you putting your treasure? Your money? Where are you spending it? And does that align with what you say your values really are? When's the last time you fed the poor? When is the last time you helped the sick? When is the last time you put a homeless person in a hotel room? When's the last time you actually put your money where your mouth is? Okay. I don't know where that came from, okay, guys? Charge it to my head, charge it to my heart, not my head, okay? This is New Black Wall Street, the Money and Power Show. Special presentation today, just go through and just hopefully bring some calm for understanding the numbers. I'm your host, ERGJ, your certified financial educator, CEO of ERGJ Enterprises, ERGJ Black Bazaar, international best-selling author of the book, The Black Billionaires Club. And I want you to remember this, that it takes a village. It starts with us. Let's build as we climb together. If you don't know by now, we all we got. Matter of fact, we all we really need. And thank God, that's more than enough. Until next episode, you know what time it is. Mr. DJ, hit the music.
The new Black Wall Street. Thanks you for joining the show. We gave a lot of great tips, but it's time to go. Take the knowledge we shared, hope you use it and grow. We will see you all there at the next episode of